Hey guys, welcome to the channel. This is my 2023 Volkswagen Golf R 20th anniversary edition. And in this video, I'm going to be going over exactly what I paid for this vehicle, what I got on trade-in for the GTI, and all the details, probably more details than I should give, but I'm giving you every single detail in this video because I'm all about being completely honest and transparent with you guys. So this here is the window sticker of the vehicle. So let me go ahead and get a little thumbnail real quick. So as you guys can tell, this is the Volkswagen Golf R 20th anniversary edition DSG. Here are the miscellaneous additional options that are on it. So it looks like we have the auto dimming review mirror, the monster mats, which are those like all-weather floor mats. It's got the Volkswagen Care, basically a third oil change for $165, which is a little ridiculous. And then we got a first aid and roadside assistance kit, and then we got a luggage net for the cargo area. Some of these I wouldn't have gotten, and I'll go over that a little bit later, but the MSRP on this vehicle is, after destination charge, is $48,321. So that is how much the MSRP is of this Golf R. So as you guys may know, a lot of you guys that are probably watching this video know that Golf Rs a lot of times are going for over MSRP. I don't know if the 20th anniversary demands a little bit more or not. I'm not really sure on that, but I know that Golf Rs are going for over MSRP, and then obviously the 20th anniversary is as well. Now, as far as the used market's concerned, usually they're right around 50 with like low miles, like 5,000 miles. They're usually around 50 depending on where you're at in the country, but there's not a lot of Golf Rs available, both new and used. Because I looked in like a 200-mile radius and there's like one available or something like that, or two available. So they're slowly coming into dealerships. The dealerships are starting to get a little bit more Golf Rs, but there's not that many of them. All right, guys, I got the breakdown right here. So because I'm really bad at editing and I'm not good at like blurring stuff out, what I'm gonna do is I wrote down all the numbers. Now, you guys have to take my word for it. I have no reason to lie to you guys, but I wrote down all the numbers here. So I'm gonna go line by line with you guys. And let's actually get in the car because there's a little bit of wind out here. All right, guys, so let's start at the top here. So the MSRP, as you guys know, was $48,321. That is what they sold me the car for. I got the car for the MSRP price of $48,321. Dealerships in Vegas, the majority of them have a $499 dock fee. Sometimes it's a little bit higher. Like, for example, there's a Mercedes dealership that has an $895 dock fee, which is kind of ridiculous. Even $499 is pretty high, but that's like the lowest in Vegas is $499. I know there's some states where they have like a limit to the dock fee, so it's like $75. Some states they have a $1,000 dock fee, like Florida. So in Nevada here, it's $499 dock fee. Trade-in value before the tax savings was $25,500 on the GTI. Now, I know you guys are probably freaking out like, oh, that's way too low. I'll get into that in just a second. So that's the trade-in value of the GTI. Keep in mind it had almost 16,000 miles and it was a 2022. This is the taxable total of the vehicle because in Vegas, or I should say in Nevada, the way they do it, and in most states, you only pay tax on the difference between the price of the car and your trade-in value. So this was the taxable total was $23,320. Sales tax is 8.375 here in Nevada, so that is the total sales tax. I had $841 payoff on my GTI. It was basically paid off. I could have paid it off at any point in time, but I wanted to build up credit history, so I have a year's worth of history, which I do now. So $841, I probably would have paid it off the next month. And then in Vegas here, the title fee to DMV is $20.25. So this is technically the out the door number or the amount financed because you got to add the tax, the payoff, and the title fee. And then this dock fee up here is taxable, so that goes on top of the taxable amount. So this is the out the door or the amount financed. So if I were to write a check for the vehicle with my trade-in GTI, it would have been $26,142.30. So that was my amount financed because I did not pay cash for the vehicle. That's part of the reason how I got the deal. I'll go into that a little bit later. So payment is $459.88 for 72 months. I didn't put any money down because obviously I had almost $25,000 down payment with my GTI. And it was an 8% rate. Now I know you guys are probably freaking out about the interest rate. This interest rate was standard rate through Volkswagen Credit. And I think the dealership held like a point or so on the interest rate. because I let them hold a point on the interest rate because I was going to pay off the car quick anyway. So I'm not going to freak out over 1 or 2% in interest rate. And if I were to go the full length of the term, which I'm not, it would have been a $6,969 interest charge, which means that my out the door number, if I went the full length of the term, 72 months, would have been like $33,000 and some change. So the trade-in with the tax savings, so the GTI, I'm going to be honest with you guys, the GTI when I traded it in was worth probably around 28 or 27-ish trade-in value. So with the tax savings, I almost got $28,000 for it anyway, because if I bought this car outside of the trade-in, I might not have got the deal, first of all, and then second of all, if I bought the car outside the trade-in, I would have had to pay full sales tax, 8.375% on $48,000. So I saved money in taxes by trading in the car. So if you factor in the tax savings, it'd be $27,625 for the trade-in. And I think I got a CarMax offer of $28,000. So again, it's kind of negligible. That's everything as far as like the numbers are concerned. And then in this corner, I have accessories. So the only thing I would have paid for on the window sticker, which I'll pull out one more time, if I got to choose, but I obviously didn't get to choose because I think Volkswagen dealerships are allocated Golf Rs. You can't just pick your options. The only option I would have got here was the auto dimming rearview mirror with HomeLink, because these buttons here I actually use to program my garage door. So I actually use these. So I would have paid for that option, but this other nonsense I wouldn't have paid for, like the all-weather floor mats, the prepaid service, and all that other stuff. I wouldn't have paid for that. So if it was up to me, I would have took off that $681 worth of nonsense, and that would have been the MSRP if I didn't get that stuff without the accessories. And that's including the auto dimming rearview mirror, which, like I said, I would have gotten the auto dimming rearview mirror. So that is everything there. Now I know you guys may be wondering, so how'd you get this deal, or how can I get this deal, or whatever? So for number one, be cordial with your dealership. So don't go in there Billy Big Shot and act like a jackass to the dealership, because that's not how you get a good deal. Because if you're over there demanding MSRP on a Golf R and you're acting like an idiot, they might just want to throw you out anyway. Another thing is make the deal seem appealing. So my deal was appealing, and the reason why is because I had a trade-in. I had a GTI, which they could have made money on. I think they sold it for like $30,000 or so, so they made a little bit of money on it. So I had a trade-in. If you guys are into warranties, I don't do warranties because I don't keep my cars long enough to need one. But if you guys are into warranties, if you present the idea to them that you'll buy a warranty, that might make them take your deal. If you finance with them, which is what I did, that will incentivize them to take your deal as well. So all of these things here, I let my salesman know. It's actually the same salesperson I bought my GTI from. All of these things here, I told them up front, I have a trade-in, and I will finance with them. I didn't say I'd buy a warranty because I wouldn't be telling the truth if I said that. I wouldn't buy a warranty. Another thing is be reasonable. Don't go in there and wanting, like if I was unreasonable, I would have went in there and said, I want $30,000 for my GTI and I want the Golf R for $1,000 below MSRP. Obviously that's unreasonable. It's not realistic. It's not a reasonable deal. So be reasonable. Realize that a dealership is a business and it shouldn't be very hard. Be willing to walk away if the numbers aren't met. So I would have been just fine walking out of the door with my GTI, but they came to the numbers that I was happy with, so that's why I stayed and did the deal and bought the Golf R. Another thing, buy then and there and be prepared. Don't be one of those people that say like, oh yeah, get it down to this price and see if you can get it to this price, and then say you're going to go home, think about it, you're going to go home and do this, you're going to check with your credit union, you're going to do that, because that's just wasting time, and it's not going to incentivize the dealership to take your deal. If the deal has a bunch of like kinks in it, like you need to check with the credit union, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to check with your wife. So I was ready to buy the car then and there. I told them, if you got to these numbers, I buy it right now, right here. So that's another thing to help you guys get a good deal on a car. Have your trade-in ready. Don't have your trade at home. Don't leave it at home. Don't say you need to bring it next week and everything else, because that's all just stalling and wasting time. So have your trade ready. If you're doing a down payment, obviously I didn't do a down payment, but have that ready. Don't be one of those guys that say, I'm going to have my down payment after I get paid in 2 weeks. So have your down payment ready, have your insurance and all that stuff. Just have it ready. Be ready to go. You'll have no problem getting a good deal on a car, or at least a good deal if you think it's a good deal. So that leads me to my last point. I don't care if you pay $15,000 over for a Golf R. If you're happy with the deal, buy it. Another thing to keep in mind is that if you guys are unhappy with the deal that the dealership gave you, what you can do is you can refinance the vehicle after you finance through them. So if financing through them is going to get you a better deal, finance through them and then refinance your vehicle if you plan on actually going the length of the term. So for me, I didn't really care that much because I'm going to pay off the car pretty quick. So I don't really care about that as much. But if you guys do plan on going the full length of the term, then, and you can get a better rate through your credit union, refinance it after you buy it through the dealership. I'm happy with my deal. That's all that matters. So keep that in mind when you guys go to buy a car, and that could be anything, not just a Golf R. If you're happy with the deal, it's your money, you're responsible for the payments, buy it. So that's my little thing on how I bought my Golf R. Hope you guys found this video informative, got some good information out of it. And if you guys bought a Golf R, let me know how your experience went in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.